Hi, this is Jyoti from BIMES. In this tutorial, I will explain you how you can import AutoCAD drawing in ArchiCAD, and then you can use the AutoCAD drawing as a reference to create the building. So there are different ways which you can import the AutoCAD drawing. So which I have listed over here. First is using the drawing tool, and then you can use XREF method, and then you can merge, or you can open the file, and you can import as an object. And in this tutorial I will cover the first one, which is how we can use the drawing tool and import the AutoCAD drawing in ArchiCAD and use the trace reference feature to create the building. So first I will create a new worksheet, and here I can name the worksheet. So now we have a new empty worksheet. So I'm going to use now the drawing tool, and before placing I can just check the settings. So now I want to use drawing's internal origin as anchor point, which means the AutoCAD drawing origin will be placed in the origin of ArchiCAD, and that's it. And over here you can see now I will place the whole drawing as a single layer. Now I'm just going to click. It's asking me the file, DWG file. I'm selecting the DWG by file over here, and the thing is over here you will not have the options as you get in the translator settings. So it's like a simple DWG and importing as a drawing, where you have to set what is the unit in AutoCAD. So this is a architectural unit, so I'm just selecting 1 inch. Now I place the drawing. Over here you can see the plan, and this is the unwanted floor plans. Okay, now I'm going to the ground floor, and just for your reference, as I mentioned, now the whole drawing is in one layer, which is drawing and figure. And if you use the drawing tool to import the AutoCAD drawing, it will not import any attributes, which means you will not get the layers, you will not get the line types, pen sets, anything. It just comes as a simple drawing in one layer. But later if you want to use those attributes, but still it is available, if you want to use, you can explode this drawing and you can use those attributes. But it is only possible after exploding, but you will not get all the attributes like fill types and all. You will get just the layers and the pens. So now I'm just going to the ground floor, and I'm going to use this as a trace reference. As you know, you have to just right click on the drawing which you want to use as a reference, and then show as trace reference. Now I can see the drawing as a reference. As you notice, since I imported the complete AutoCAD drawing in one file, it shows me the full drawing. But now you can see I have two floors, ground and the first, and I don't want to use both the floors in the same place, or I don't want to see when I'm working on the ground floor the first. Now let us see how we can work in this type of situation. First, let me use this toolbar. Now if I want to move this to the origin, so I have to use drag reference, and then I have to go and see which is the common point. Over here if you see this building, this point we can use as a common point, or this you can use as the common point. So now I'm going to pick this point as the common point for the whole building, and now I place it over here. And now if I want to trace, I use the wall tool. Let me measure the distance, 9 inch. And now you can see even we imported this drawing as using the drawing tool, AutoCAD drawing, still you can snap to the points. I use the polyline method, say 9 inch, and now it properly fits and it snaps to the points. You can use the tracker to check whether the distance are correct. So I'm not going to do the complete building, I just do this small portion. Okay, now we have completed the ground floor, but now if I go to the first floor to trace the first floor content, and you can see the first floor is over here. So now again I have to use the drag reference and pick this point and move and put it on the origin, and I have to trace the first floor. Right. And now again if I want to work in the ground floor, I have to go to the ground floor, then I have to move it back and forth. So it is going to be a headache. So now the solution which you can follow is, now I have created one worksheet for the ground floor, and then now I'm going to create another worksheet for the first floor. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this drawing, go to the first floor and paste it. Now I go to the ground floor and I'm going to crop this drawing because I don't want to see the full content. I just want to see only the ground floor part. So this is my ground floor drawing which is fixed. Now I go to the other worksheet which is first floor, and now I want to use my ground floor as a reference. Say show as trace reference. And now in case of first floor, again I crop this to see only the first floor content. Now you can see this is our ground and this is the first. And now I move this drawing exactly on the ground floor location. For this I'm just clicking the common point and then use the drag tool and superimpose the drawing. Now you can see it is properly matching, where the opening is matching, and here there is some projection. Right, now I go to the ground floor. Now you can see I don't need to use the drag reference, I just say reset to original position. Now instead of starting over here, now I'll start over here. Let me delete these elevation lines and remove these contents. Now in the ground floor I'm going to start the work, and now you can see the worksheet I'm using a reference as the ground floor worksheet. So I finished the ground floor for example, and now when I go to the first floor, I just go over here, or I can right click on the first floor drawing and say show as trace reference. I can say it is matching properly. So what I have to do is just move the drawing once in the worksheet and then just use the trace reference feature. As many number of stories I have, it's everything will match, so I no need to use this drag reference feature every time moving here and there. So this is how you can use the drawing tool for importing the AutoCAD drawing, and you can use the trace reference. If you are using the drawing tool, as I mentioned, it comes the whole drawing as one drawing, and then you have to just crop the portion which you want to work on and then put it on different sheets. Like same drawing you will be copying and pasting on different sheets, and then just crop to the portion which you want to work and align everything according to the ground floor, and then start using as a reference as you navigate among multiple stories. And other thing with the drawing tool is, if you want to get the full drawing, you can just go and play with the drawing settings. Over here, the first thing is, you can see the pen set and colors and the layers. So these three are imported. For example, if you see the pen set, here we can change the pen set according to ArchiCAD. Here you can see the list of ArchiCAD pen set, and here you can see the drawings pen set, which means which number is assigned with the colors. So here you can see very few pen table is assigned with the AutoCAD colors, and here you can see the original color or grayscale, which you can change. And then if you want to play with the layers, you have to just go to these layers, drawings own layers, and here you can see all the AutoCAD drawing layers. Now for example, if you want to switch off the doors, for example, I say okay, now I can see the doors has been gone. And this is how I can play with the layers inside the drawing settings. It will not be available if you go to the layer settings. Instead, you should go to the drawing settings, and inside the drawing settings you can see the layers. But in later stage, and now it is available in one single layer, which is drawing and figure. If you switch off this layer, the element will be disabled. And in the later stage, if you want to explode this drawing and use it content as a 2D content, what you can do is you can just select the drawing and go to edit, reshape, and then explode, and you say okay. Now this is exploded, and if you check this content, now this is the exploded content. And when I ungroup it and check the layers, you can see this belongs to wall layer, this to stairs layer, and if you check the pen set, it assigned to its corresponding pens. So that's how you can use the AutoCAD drawing using the DWG tool, the drawing tool. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you.